1926 was when it was built, and there has been a lot of stories about different things happening in here. They all actually seem to be pleasant things, which I love, but there are some great stories.
My name is Kim. I'm with Southwest Ghost Finders here in Springfield. We are a team of paranormal investigators who've been investigating in the Springfield area now for many years, greater than 10. We offer free services to people that need us, or we go to like these places that allow us to come in and investigate, just to further our education, to validate what they're feeling. And that's pretty much it. We're here for the community, and that's about the sum of what we do.
Within that almost 100 years, there's also been some other stories that have kind of lurked these halls. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
People always want to know, are we haunted? Depends on who you ask. There are stories from people that I've heard that I know they're telling me exactly what they believe happened. One thing we know for a fact, Martin Kirshner was our projectionist from 1926 to 1962. He was getting ready to show a midnight movie on New Year's Eve, 1962. And the general manager had just went up at 10 till midnight, checked on him, said, "Are you good to go?" He said, "I'm great, we're ready to go." General manager went to his office. At midnight, the movie was supposed to start, but it didn't. So the folks, it was sold out, full, started stomping like we do now. Started stomping. And the general manager heard it, so he went back up to the booth, and Martin had died at his post in the booth, massive heart attack. So when things happen, we sometimes attribute them to Martin. We don't know that it's him. We just like to give it a name, so we say it's Martin. We've had volunteers that have set up here before a show, always female, that have longer hair, and it feels like someone's running their fingers through their hair. So that's a little freaky. We've had some in the boxes that have been, how do you say it nicely, patted on the tushy. And it's, it always happens to females, so I think that's why we attribute it to Martin. They said they found him just laid out
here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe I'll get a white chop from back here. Martin, we also heard that there's a little boy that likes to run around here. Have you interacted with him? No, do you two get along?
When we're, is that me or is that you? That's so strange.
Which device is that?
This sounded like the REM pod. The REM pod is a paranormal research tool. It reacts to electromagnetic fields and motion. So sometimes when that goes off, that indicates there may be a fluctuation in the electromagnetic field that sometimes theoretically spirits use to manifest or energize. So when it's kind of strange, but when this goes off, it's an indication that something might be in the air, so to speak. So that's what you see. It reacts when I touch it or get close to it.
I've been to the Lemp Mansion in St. Louis, spent the night there,
nice.
and had probably
That's you. Is it your camera?
I mean, it would stop if
But the REM pod is... That's the REM pod. Hey, Kim. Kim. That's not normal. I'm gonna need a camera up here because the REM pod is going bananas.
Gotcha.
I mean, bananas.
Okay, and a banana on the way.
Thank you. So I have a recorder on my arm that I carry with me on every investigation. That was strange. That was really weird. Doesn't always happen. That's interesting and suspicious. I'm not gonna say ghost. I'm gonna say ghost-ish, ghost adjacent.
No. Cell.
What did it say?
No sell. No sell. Do not sell alcohol. The bar is closed.
Closed bar.
Bar's closed, so there's no sell.
Can you hold that up again, please?
Now it's going off.
Over the course of time, I've done the haunted tours for years, and people that ride on the tour will sometimes give me new ghost stories. And it was interesting. I got a ghost story about the Gillioz, from a lady who had been an usher there, and they'd had a Saturday matinee, and she had seen. She went in to clean up the theater after the matinee, and there was a man about 6 rows back in the middle of the row, and it looked like he maybe had nodded off or something, and she started down toward him, and he slowly disappeared. And I thought, well, that's a cool story, and didn't think much more about it, and man, I mentioned it a couple of times over the course of the next few years. And then I was on another bus tour, and a lady came up to me before the tour even started and said, hey, I've got a story. She was much younger than the lady that had told me the story at first, and who had been an usher there in the late 40s and early 50s. And this lady had been an usher there in the 60s and early 70s, and she told me almost identical story about seeing a man down front, and as she walked down toward him, he disappeared. And that was it's amazing. These two women at different times, years apart, telling me the same story, which kind of gives you a little bit of extra chill factor out of it.
The only thing I've experienced are lights coming on and off. He seems to be very happy to turn lights on for me. And it's been at times where I'm confident there's nobody else in here. And just the other day, I had asked one of our staff, he had went to the top of the stairs in the dark, and I said, hey, do you want me to turn the lights on? And he said, no, I'm okay. And right when he said that, the lights came on, and he said, hey, thanks. And I said, I didn't do that. So that kind of thing happens a lot, but it's always a good thing. So we're just grateful.
So I'm asking you, is the Gillioz haunted?
I think there are lots of happy memories here and lots of great things that happened. And so I sometimes feel like a space takes on the memories that are here over and over. And so I feel like people, I don't know. I just don't know. I do know lights come on for no apparent reason. But, you know, I'm also one of those that has a hard time believing in ghosts, per se. So, I don't know. There are a lot of people that have been here. There's other stories. There's a little boy that people have seen playing outside here, kind of in a Newsies garb, so like 30s, 40s. And he plays outside here in the upstairs lobby, in the balcony lobby. There's some other stories from people I've talked to of a woman in yellow, in a yellow dress, that comes out of what was the manager's office, and she'll come out and look and turn around and go back in. You know, I've never seen that, but the people that did see it saw it. So I guess I would have to say yes.